Welcome back to Delancydrome Speed Complex. As our next race competition is going to be going on, we're going to be using for our high skill intimidating, using by the Ferrari 296 GTB. Now it's time for our 5 to 6 drivers to 7 drivers as well. And before, this is going to be taking for us for its very best time. But all of these sudden, they cannot able to get for all of these drivers, and a little bit for this one, and we're going to be starting for our another race competition. Now we got for 1 versus 6 of them, so it looks like we're going to be using in about for only for this one. We'll be staying around for the automatic transmission, and I'm pretty not sure it's going to be taking for a little bit of while. And by using our second to third gear, I think they're absolutely using nitros about for very first opportunities. Now, it's this absolutely to take all of this straight, and it looks like we got 7 of them. I think we're just gonna be too fortunate a little bit for this one, almost missing around for somewhere. And looks like we just spinning out of control by other kinds of drivers as well. Some unreliable drivers, not pretty impossible as well. Let's do something like a maximum attack stage, just like in One Piece. Now it's going to be taking for, it's going to be 1 or so. Now it's most likely recently that should be making even for a tournament for this a little bit for only 1. Let's determine that we should be able to take all of this and down into its front side corner and make it onto this well. And I think we just might able to miss some corner, but this guy on their left is absolutely pretty to take around for this impossible. So it looks like we're going to be taking around for our very slow into our next conferences. Now let's blast it all away, and we got 5 drivers even left. Now it's absolutely only me, for just going to be taking for just a little bit, and now back into the inside. Now time to for just going to be taking for just a very back into this only one thing. I think we're just going to be making for a very big accident for overall. And this one place is going to be taking all the lead. Everything is absolutely going to be taking for all of the way for this one. So, looks like we're going to be taking for a very slow. And in some other opinions, that's going to be blasted all the way until this guy just absolutely screwed the first place. I just absolutely cannot able to see. I swear that was absolutely screwed over here. Now looks like he was down into in second place. He's going to be taking all of this down in front, and it's very too dark that I'm still inside of its first place. Now it's pretty such as going to be all the way down into its second place. I don't really think that was going to be so cursed all of this sudden. It's not pretty such as a good idea. But all of this only one strategy. This is somewhere he's going to be taking around for the first place, and I should maybe able to take on to the second place. And all because of bad luck whatsoever. And looks like we're in 205 miles per hour, and another one for this guy absolutely took for a whole lead. Got 18,000 credits since I got a level 97 or rank 97, and I forgot to pay my bounty as well. And before it's gonna be going so wanted, and the race competition will be started in last for 3 minutes as well. Well, another race competition will be exactly how big it is, and it's gonna be taken for one time. In other terms of race competitions, we'll be taking around for under 6 minutes. And because of this only one strategy, but there is one biggest problem. If this is not absolutely trying to get things necessary, it was just absolutely never going to be common into this only one thing, but only purpose that due to itself for a lack of loading other kinds of this one. And so we got a less amount of Lamborghini cars and beyond to its own self. Looks like we have 3 to 4 drivers as well. Looks like we got other kinds of, we got 3 drivers? Are they not in the race? Or something like it's going to be taking for one thing and blasted over and ready to race beyond to their ways as well. And because of this only one thing, we're going to be blasting away, and because of due to this only one strategy, and we're going to be taking around inside of the speed complex about this. and about the inside of the Delancydrome Speed Complex. This should be going to be taking all the way down here into its front second, and because due to a lack of loading measures around for these videos, someone who took the first place, and looks like that is somebody is absolutely taking for around for a huge spin out for it somewhere, and because he just absolutely used some nitrox all the way to his first place, even very badly as gonna be went sadly down. And because of this, all of this one straight, we're gonna be taking all over to this one without using nitrox as well. And before we're gonna be getting away with some other kinds of drivers, let's get to be say we'll be trying to make things up straight. If this won't be gonna be taking for a very much as well, it's not very possible as it took her all the way down. And looks like one in the third place has been disqualified, but someone is gonna be catching up to me, and because all of a sudden it won't be gonna be taking for very much worse. Now it's gonna be taking for all of the way from himself. It does not gonna be taking for about for this easier. Now we'll be taking around for this very hard and taking for its various and other sides and other terms of these words. We'll be gonna be taking about for this necessary, and our last race competition will be exactly how far it is. Now we're gonna be taking for a very much down. The two drivers has been DNF. It's all gone that I say. It is a lap guide or some kind of a time trial with a turbo concept vehicle as well. So looks like it is absolutely to take all the speed and getting all the way down into its very front and blast of this Siger into the 7th gear. Now looks like we're going to be blasted all the way by using all the nitrox itself, as we're going to be taking all of this one in problem. In terms of very problems, and that the map loads not instantly at all, and because due to some kind of a lack of map loaders as all the way down into it's gonna be one front, and it's not gonna be trying to get in a little bit for this one, and it such is gonna be trying to get all the way for down itself. Looks like here comes this kind of one turn, but this is absolutely gonna be straight as what happened, and it was absolutely very extremely not for a bit for just a really good something. That was a take place for mistaken about this, and not just like Stardust Cookie blasted all the way to 235, and it's gonna be taking for all of this sudden we're losing amount of lap times as literally as possible, as before this is not gonna be taking around for this necessary, as should be gonna be taking onto its one front. Now shall we gonna be blasted all the way to 245 miles per hour, and we'll be taking around for instantly to take it about for this only one problem. Now this problem is gonna be taking around for this necessary. I think we just made a major mistake in around for this a little bit handful of turns, and a little bit for just one thing. 3 minutes and 45, and it's gonna be taking for it a little bit for one thing, whatever it is. It's just saying for just a various, oh no, we just come into a huge mistake and making something for very bad lap times as well. That I swear, I just literally forgotten. I just always forgot all the way down here until it's 5 minutes off the coast. We'll be taking around for this either, that I can see a dunk vehicle and off the course. Now looks like I'm just gonna be overtaking and take it a little bit for these each down and use around all the nitrox, even because of this only one problem or status and strategy as well. So looks like this is absolutely going to be necessary as well. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Now it's a little bit for there's only one problem that I ever tried to solve. Now I'm just going to be taking a little bit slow down as pretty much as possible, as because of this only a very terrifying for this situation, and it's going to be taking for a various to try to take it slow, and because of this only one thing that I just left to do, it's absolutely for a purpose around for this morning, and looks like we're going to be taking around all the nitrox into something for a very much speed as literally as possible, as we're heading to 278 miles per hour, which is absolutely pretty insane as in the highway drive during inside of this well. So it looks like we're back into for the Delancydrome facility, in some kind of a race facility as well. So we're not trying for a highest banks as well. We're going to be using a couple of Grand Prix corners as well. Even it's in late morning, let's use our nitrox for one more. And it's going to be taking for all of this stuff into its one strategy. And here comes the finish. 1 minute and 37.7. And that was efficiently, literally complete. And last 21 seconds on the clock before the next race competition comes. At last, we're going to be starting in 1,382 miles driven. And looks like we're going to be doing using for a McLaren MP4 12C. And about for this only 1 decade in 4 drivers' time. Let's do this whatever it is. And taking for a one more strategy. And take the manual transmission and press V for this aerodynamic strategy as well. So let's gonna be putting ourselves into the manual transmission. Before it's not gonna be taking around for this one. Somebody's just gonna be using around nitrox. And it's absolutely for a McLaren MP4 12C challenge. Now looks like we're gonna be taking around for this a little bit front. Now this guy is absolutely taking the lead. Who's gonna be the master of it? And I'm not pretty sure. I wasn't able to get for a pretty master at this one. So if this is not gonna be necessary, that this is absolutely to take all the way around for its front. If this is gonna be making all of his mistake, looks like I'm just gonna be using for a gutter turn as literally as even possible. I think this guy is going to be going all over the way and using around for the outside lanes as possible. And he's just going to be using summer nitrox. He's going to be going all the way down here to its 237 miles per hour. And it's not going to be taking for a bit massively for a 240 miles per hour. So it looks like he just did a mistake already. And looks like we're going to be getting away with he was. And absolutely, it's not going to be taking for so much. This is going to be for very intimidating as well. So it looks like we're hitting around for the 7th gear. And looks like we're just 1,000 feet. Oh my gosh! What happened to this one? I'm not sure. I'm not very good luck about this. I think this guy just took the lead back. And we just made the same mistake as he was. And looks like I can't see around here because due to the lack of a voting about this strategy. So if this is not going to be taking around this, it does do the mistake again. And I'm taking for in over 6 minutes, at least for one time. So it looks like we're going to be hitting around for 6th gear. And looks like we're going to be taking for just a 7th gear for this as well. And because all of this huge mistakes comes to a form of being so terrorized, I think we just come into a huge amount of lag or something like it's going to be turning something very hell is going on. Now looks like we're going to be taking for a 4th gear, and looks like somebody's going to be taking around for this side here, and looks like we're going to be getting away with he was. At least we're going to be putting ourselves in back. So as I never always, we won't be going to be taking part for this strategy, and I don't really do so like this one. Absolutely going to be taking for very much time. This guy in the back straight, it looks like he's going to be held for just a little bit for once, and his plan is going to be catching up to me, and I just missed around for the braking zone. Now looks like I just always getting away with he was, and before I just made a mistake again, which is not going to be very possible as to do like this, down into its front. We're going to be using around nitrox again, and he is almost 2,000 feet away. And because this is the only one reason that I need to say, he's going to be very far until he's just going to get himself disqualified off the track course. And because of this only one strategy or one situation, and should be gonna be staying away from this a little bit. Now it's just gonna be staying around nitrox all the way, and still by 225 miles per hour into our front straight. Now looks like before we're gonna be end of this video, but looks like it's just gonna be turning all the way back on. In case this is not exactly how it is. Now to turn things a little bit slow, what absolutely for just improved performance will be about to do like this. Now let's gonna be using for our high speed mode. We'll be taking for our very fast as well. It's still 207 miles an hour, but looks like we're going to be taking all the way down into its second place, and it looks like we're taking for a little bit down into its front straight. Is this going to be a very easy for about this strategy? So it looks like we're going to be taking around for this for a 200 mile per hour strategy. It won't be going to be taking for very much of fuel. He's going to give himself for a 7,000 miles away or 8,000 feet to take around for this blast either. We'll be hitting ourselves to almost 240, 235 miles per hour straight down into this one thing. Now we're just going to be taking for ourselves inside of the Delancydrome, but once the second position has been disqualified down into its one corner. So if it's about for just going to be one thing, but I have to tell you how this is going to be taking for a very much means for all the way for just like this thing. So it's going to be taking for one more race competition to go, and that's it. And looks like this is going to be taking for very much far, still using nitrox, and about for 20 minutes away from itself. It's not going to be doing for one more race. 258 miles per hour, and taking around for this slow amount for this one. And looks like we're just going to be taking for a little bit amount of chicanes to go, and looks like we're about for hitting around for 6th gear. And this last time, but Ethan, we're just going to be going all the way down into its one more final race competition. What I'm sorry for this video is about for over 15 minutes long. Then using for our nitrox for the final hurrah, and blasted into the finish, and it's all about it. And looks like it's going to be taking for a one more race to go, but almost that is it for this one video for this week. Now let's take in for a hypercar for just a little bit one more race, and that is it for this one video in requirements that we're going to be taking onto a manual transmission and about for this well. And looks like we're going to be taking for our first nitrox to blast down the way into the streets. But looks like even I just going to be finding out, or even whatsoever, is just going to be taken out for just a little bit slow. And this improved performance vehicle is absolutely so gripping for once again. And somebody just absolutely making him for disqualification and all around for this well. And looks like we're going to be taken outside, and our last 6 minutes will be taking onto this straight. But last in couple of minutes will be for an over 20 minutes long. In our case, but looks like everybody's going to be back at this one as before we're going to be end of this video. But I'm sorry, this is absolutely taking for very too much. And we're starting to fail with each side. And who just got to be for some kind of just one thing? Who just got the hypercar himself and turns into a super velocity for just a little bit? And he just got to be turns him into some kind of, and for a W cylinder is this as well. A Volkswagen, some kind of one piece, a various, some kind of just going to be getting all the way to the top. And but unfortunately, it wasn't going to be pretty enough, unless it's going to be so way for this one. And looks like we're going to be catching him up, unable to catching him down for just as well, until he's got to be so master at racing at this point, because I swear that was a huge mistake in about 1 decade. So it looks like we're just going to be taking all the way down into his front. We just got disqualified here. I'm pretty not sure that this guy is absolutely taking for very much as taking for our second place. Now we're going to be catching up to this guy, but how is going to be taking for much to be? Impossible. So how about this is going to be very impossible to take around the night. And looks like we're going to be turning on our headlights. Oh my gosh, that was not very good a strategy. And all you have to do is take around for the second place again. Now I have to catch him all over once. It's not going to be taken for a very good strategy. I swear, so forgotten. Oh my gosh, he's at for going to be 4,000 feet away. He's at 4,000 feet away. There's no use about for this. It's going to be so hard. I think this is going to be taken for very much lap time as well. I'm not pretty sure that this guy is going to get him for a mistake again. And it looks like if this is absolutely going to be taken for about 4 wins. And last time for about for this video, which is absolutely winning about for the Delancey Grand Prix. And looks like we're just taking for this all over, so it's not going to be taken for a huge battle. And for ourselves to get all the way himself to take it for its one advantage. I think he's at 3,000 feet away by using his nitrox to get all of his side for just a little bit. Now all of this one sudden, by taking for just a little bit of a lack of loadings by himself, and because due to himself, this is going to get away from this one. I think he just absolutely started to get away with his only one purpose, and about itself that I'm going to be using around for the automatic transmission. Now let's head it back into the manual transmission. At least this is not very good for us, and it takes for a little bit for just one side. Now it's going to be taking for our lease, and about still in second place, and about to reaching ourselves in 7th gear. Well, looks like we're just going to be taking for just a little bit, but we can't see him. But looks like he's just absolutely pretty good at racing for this self. But looks like I cannot able to reach around through the gap. And looks like in some other terms in gapping for by itself. And looks like we're pretty close. And looks like we're about to overtake him. And we're pretty good to go. And reach us exactly how we're going to be taking around all the nitrox that he was going to be left all over to itself, that were just extremely blasted all the way around. It looks like we're pretty too dark and can't see around for its last few couple of corners. Maybe it's something kind of just, do you tell me that I'm just going to be taking around for this one lead? This is exactly what happened into some kind of just a little bit of lack of spin outs as well. I'm not pretty sure that we're going to be back into automatic transmission. So it looks like the nitrox has been refueled up and hitting around 47th gear and back to manual transmission. So it looks like it's pretty dark there that I just absolutely pretty expected to be. And the last time that we never able to said, it's got to be 30 minutes off the coast onto this video. I'm pretty sure that you think this video is even 30 minutes long. But I'm pretty sure there was absolutely for taking a lot of race competitions to go. Even for our last race competition was exactly pretty hard for this. If you enjoy for this video, I'm about to blast all the way for a nitrox itself. Looks like it got sticky notes as well. And it couldn't absolutely making things a little bit perfect. I think he's 1,000 feet away. And went for just a little bit for one more. And the last race competition is one thing. So if you enjoy for this race competition, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. Thanks for watching, and for this one more race competition, and it's got to be even too much for our last couple of these stuff. So which will be Triple Concept signing off, and I'll see you into our next video for our last few times.